Hi everybody, Viking here. Today we're doing a British classic, the old apple crumble. Just want to do a shout out to a couple of friends, Louise and Carolina. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do apple crumble, but I'm actually going to do apple and pear crumble because I love that combination. It tastes amazing. So what you need is, if you're just going to do a plain apple crumble, you'll need 4 Bramley apples. So what I'm doing 2 of these and 2 conference pears. Apple crumble, easiest thing to make, but for some reason also the one thing that people can quite easily mess up. It's all about the balance. The best way to remember how to make a crumble mix, and I've always said this, a crumble mix is a 3-2-1 mix. What do I mean by 3-2-1? 300 grams of flour, 200 grams of unsalted butter, 100 grams of light brown sugar. It's that simple. If you remember 3-2-1, you can't go wrong. So the first thing you're going to do is the apples and pears. You're going to peel those, you're going to core them, and then you're going to slice them up. What I'd recommend is you put them in a bowl, top it up with water, grab half a lemon, squeeze the juice into that water and just let those soak. While that's all soaking, we'll go on to the crumble mix. Okay, the reason why I do a bowl of water with lemon juice and then I put the apple slices and pear slices in here is because when you're doing the rest of the stuff, i.e. the crumble mix, apples tend to brown quite quickly. So basically putting the apples into the lemon water will actually slow the browning process of the apple and pear. That's why we do it. Okay, so peeler, apple. I'm just going to do this quickly now. So with an apple, you're going to core it, you're going to top and tail it. You're basically taking the pips out and the all that. So your apple is going to look a bit like that. This is only a quarter of it. So you've topped and tailed it, and you're just going to slice it up now. You slice it up how you want, really. Doesn't really matter. So I've basically done it like that. So there's like 4 little quarters on each of those apples, and they go straight into the water. And I'm going to do that with the pears and the apples, but I'm not going to show you all that. We'll skip to the end process of that bit. As you can see, apples and pears are soaking in the lemon water, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the crumble mix. You're going to put your oven on. If you have a fan assisted oven, it's 200 degrees. If you've got a gas oven, it's 7 degrees. And if you've got a normal oven, it's 220 degrees. So you're going to preheat your oven now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to weigh out the flour, the sugar and the butter. When weighing out your ingredients, try to be as exact as possible. Okay, so I've got Lurpak unsalted butter. As you'd have it, it's actually exactly 200 grams. Bonus, don't need to weigh that out. What I'll do is I'm going to chop this into cubes. When you're doing this crumble mix, make sure your butter is always cold. Don't do it when it's soft or warm. Always make sure it's cold. It just helps it. Got the butter, so what I'll do, just to make life a bit easier when I'm actually mixing it in with flour, I'm just going to cube it. And this is all going in directly in with the flour. So as you can see, butter's in with the flour. What I'm just going to do, I'm just going to coat the butter first. And then what we'll do is we're going to squeeze it. This is where everyone is doing really good when I've been watching other people do this. they squeeze all the butter together with the flour, and once they've done squeezing, once it's all mounded together, they leave it like that. That's not how you do it. This is the exact way you should do your butter and flour. So what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze it all together, squeeze and squeeze. Then what you're going to do after this is, once this is done as much as you can, you're actually going to start rubbing it. You want to turn this into a sand. So you're going to squeeze and get that butter all nice and mixed properly in. It does take a little while, but it's going to be worth it at the end. You'll just have to do little bits at a time. But what I'll do, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'm just going to skip it for you so you see the end result of what it needs to look like. Okay, that's what it's kind of should look like. So it's quite loose, it's still got a little bit of thickness, but that's good because it's going to be nice and crumbly. But as you can see, it's quite loose and it's sandy, almost sand-like. So with that in mind, you can now add the sugar. So brown sugar straight in, and just mix it all in. Just mix it all in. Now, for me personally, I also love rolled oats in my base, in my crumble mix. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to get a small amount of rolled oats. You know, maybe one large handful, like that. Just makes it nicer. So again, exactly the same process, mix it all up. And there is your base mix, your crumble mix, all ready and waiting to go. Okay, so the next step is we're going to drain out the apples and pears. So what I'll do now, I'm just going to transfer all the apples and pears straight to the bowl. Nice, and just get them all nice and flat. At this point, the other half of the lemon, just squeeze all that into the apples and pears. That's the other half of the chopped lemon that you did earlier. A bit more brown sugar, but just slightly just coat the top of the layer. It just sweetens the pears and apples up when you're cooking. And then, last but not least, just going to pour it all in. And what we'll do, I'm just going to pour it into the centre like that. And then I'm just going to spread it all out. I like crumble being half and half, so half fruit, half crust. So this amount is perfect. Oven's been preheating for quite a little while now, so that's going to be nice and hot as well. And what we'll do, we're going to cook it for around half an hour until this basically turns brown, or the sugar starts actually crystallizing. So let's do that now. If you've got a timer, use it. Okay, so I put it on for another 10-15 minutes because it wasn't quite there, so I'm just about to get it out and let's have a look. There we go. One perfectly cooked apple and pear crumble. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.